Good morning to our respected panel of lecturers, honorable judges, and fellow students. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be unpacking something really exciting today, the Werewolf Fuzzy Trust System. I am absolutely thrilled to walk you through both the academic foundations and the real market potential of this prototype. So let's just dive right in and see how we're completely rethinking artificial intelligence in gaming. Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today's pitch. We are covering the problem and solution, target users and value, the usage and revenue model, a brief SWOT analysis, our three-phased growth roadmap, and finally, the conclusion. Starting off with Section 1, the problem and solution. Now, I want to pose a question directly to all of you. How do you actually play a social deduction game, something like Werewolf, when you are entirely alone? Well, the harsh reality is, you kind of can't. You traditionally need a large group of human players, sometimes up to 10 people. And honestly, organizing that is just incredibly frustrating. And if you try playing digital versions against standard non-player characters, you'll quickly notice they usually just rely on fixed rules or, worse, purely random decisions. They become super predictable and simply cannot replicate the messy, uncertain nature of actual human interaction. And that right there brings us to our solution, the Werewolf Fuzzy Trust System. We've built a single-player experience where you absolutely do not need a massive group to enjoy the game. Instead of relying on those boring, scripted decisions, our system uses Mamdani fuzzy logic to actually control NPC behavior. So they're forming opinions and making judgments based on human-like reasoning. It's a total game changer, giving you a dynamic, evolving game every single time you hit play. Let's break down the technical innovation here. We're using 4 overlapping behavioral inputs. We've got suspicion, vote erraticness, previous lies, and aggression. Think about it. A player might be just a little bit aggressive, but moderately inconsistent at the exact same time, right? Strict binary logic completely fails here, but fuzzy logic, it thrives. These 4 inputs are processed to generate a trust value somewhere between 0 and 100. And then that specific trust value leads the NPC to make one of 3 clear decisions: form an alliance, continue to observe, or choose to execute and vote against the player. Now, through our interactive dashboard, the AI becomes fully explainable and completely transparent. Unlike those hidden black box algorithms where you literally have no idea why an AI made a certain choice, our system actually lets users inspect the fuzzy variables, the active rules, and the final calculation. You know exactly why an NPC either trusts you or wants you out of the game. Moving right along to Section 2, target users and value. So, who is this actually for? Well, this project has a really strong dual market appeal. On one side, look at the value for players. We're talking casual solo players and social deduction fans who crave high replayability and human-like AI without the massive headache of scheduling a group session. But on the flip side, we are offering immense value for students and lecturers. This isn't just a game, right? It's a highly interactive learning tool. It actively demonstrates fuzzification, rule evaluation, and defuzzification, basically connecting heavy AI theory directly to a functioning, fun application that you can actually play with. Next up is Section 3, usage and revenue model. We've designed a highly scalable go-to-market strategy for this. We are starting off with a free educational model. This is basically our hook. It offers the core single-player game, standard rules, and the main fuzzy simulator as a completely free web game just to build up a really strong user base. Then, once we're established, we transition into a future premium model. This freemium approach will introduce paid content, things like additional roles, new maps, advanced NPC personalities, and even dedicated educational licenses for university classrooms, complete with configurable rules and lecturer dashboards. Okay, into Section 4. A brief SWOT analysis. We want to be very clear-eyed about our strategic landscape. Our biggest strength? Hands down, it's our transparent, explainable NPC logic, which is backed by a robust 81-rule fuzzy knowledge base. However, we have to acknowledge our weaknesses. Namely, those 81 rules require some serious manual testing and balancing to make sure gameplay stays fair. Looking ahead, though, our opportunities are massive. We're talking expansions into real-time multiplayer and dedicated education modes. Finally, we do need to be mindful of threats. Obviously, there is competition out there from much larger established social deduction games that have massive development resources behind them. Which brings us to Section 5, our 3-phase growth roadmap. We have a very concrete step-by-step path to take this from a university prototype to a full commercial release. Phase 1 is our current MVP.
This is what you're seeing today, a fully functional single-player game featuring the fuzzy logic simulator. Next is Phase 2, our beta phase. This will be heavily focused on user testing, rigorously balancing those fuzzy rules we talked about, and collecting essential gameplay feedback. And finally, Phase 3 is the public product release. That's where we implement real-time multiplayer, user accounts, and officially roll out our premium cosmetic and educational content.
And finally, Section 6, Conclusion.
The Werewolf Fuzzy Trust System is successfully bridging the gap between entertainment and explainable artificial intelligence. We are proving that AI in gaming absolutely does not have to be a hidden, confusing black box. It can be transparent, it can be educational, and most importantly, it can be incredibly fun. Thank you so much to the panel for your time today. I want to leave you with just one final thought. As our AIs become increasingly capable of human-like deception and trust, who is really analyzing who? The player or the game?
Hello everyone. Today I will demonstrate our project, the Werewolf Fuzzy Game. Players begin by logging into the game system using their username, KAHAR. Once logged in, they can start the game and begin their adventure. Each player is assigned a hidden role with unique abilities. In this demonstration, the player is assigned the Seer role, which can reveal another player's identity during the game. Next, the game enters the day discussion phase. During this phase, players can observe conversations among NPCs and identify suspicious behavior based on the information provided. Unlike traditional games that rely on random decisions, our NPCs use fuzzy logic to make more intelligent and realistic decisions. The system evaluates factors such as suspicion and confidence levels before deciding whether to accuse, defend, or trust another player. This creates a more engaging and strategic gameplay experience. Players can also actively participate by accusing or defending another player during the discussion phase. After that, all players enter the voting phase to decide who they believe should be eliminated based on the available information. The game then proceeds to the night phase, where players with special roles can perform their unique abilities. As the Seer, the player can reveal another player's identity to gather valuable information and help the village team make better decisions in the next round. Finally, the village team successfully identifies the werewolf and wins the game. The game over screen displays the player's role together with the winning team. This project demonstrates how fuzzy logic enhances NPC decision-making while creating a more realistic and engaging social deduction game experience. Thank you for watching our demonstration.